prep. And of course we had all winter to do this, but hey, nothing like waiting until the last minute. You know, we want to go test it next weekend. So on top of getting the Trailblazer SS ready, I bought a Silverado SS 4-parts truck, and I do not want to ruin the surprise on that, so we'll talk about that later. But anyway, I bought this 04 Silverado SS. It's bone stock, I mean, stock exhaust, stock everything. Pretty slow, pretty heavy, but when I brought this truck home, my wife fell in love with it. So I figured I'd let her race it a little bit and then take it apart, so that'll make her a little bit mad. But we wound up buying a little S10 for her to race. So in the meantime, while we're building the S10, I figured I'd let her go ahead and just run the Silverado SS for a little bit, just have some fun with it. So first race of the year is going to be April 1st, Diesel Truck Wars. They got a gas diesel class for just ET bracket racing, as well as I'll be running the 770 index with the Trailblazer. And today we're going to be working on the Silverado SS. Going to change the converter in it, do some maintenance on it, because I ain't got no clue when the previous owner did any maintenance on it, but it's a pretty clean truck. I actually spent a little time on it just to make sure it was a pretty solid foundation, just to clean it up, make sure it was good for her to run, and it ain't bad. So we're going to go ahead and head to the shop now. Got an FTI 3200 cell converter, I believe I got for it. So we'll get that swapped in, change transmission fluid, filter, yada yada, and then go from there. So I'll see you guys at the shop. Alright guys, so just wanted to show you all this thing here real quick. It's not bad. It's a little dirty from being outside, but you can see it's a good parts truck anyway. I've already started selling a couple things off of it that I'm not gonna need for a future build, but it's pretty clean on the inside. That's the bed cladding. I took some of that off because she's developing a cavity right here. Gonna need some work. So instead of just racing it like that, I picked up some of these cheap, like 2500 fender flares, just to throw a band-aid on that. And of course, couldn't put those on without taking the cladding off, so I don't know, it might look stupid, but it'll be better than seeing the rust. But overall, not too bad of a truck. So I guess that being said, let's just go ahead and get in the shop and put this converter in. All right, y'all, so here's where we're at right now. So we've gone in and taken the starter out, disconnected the converter bolts, 3 of those around the flywheel. The front yoke is disconnected, and then when we pulled the transmission back, because we're not going to take it down, we're just going to slide it back to swap out the converters. We'll just let it slide with it. Reason being, this in here, these clamps to death, I'll tell you right now, trying to get one of them things back on, ain't gonna happen. And then rear drive shafts out, got to disconnect the exhaust, or in our case, Sawzall. It would not come undone, so open exhaust, maybe a different exhaust system, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But anyway, Sawzall, made quick work of that. We'll figure that out later. We're more interested in the converter right now. And then shifter linkage is kind of disconnected up in there. But other than that, guys, it's time to drop the... oh, hang on. Getting ahead of himself. We had to undo the torsion bars because the torsion bar cross member will hit the transfer case if we try and slide it back. So take the weight off the bolts, slide these out, and then slide this whole cross member back. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to drop the rear cross member, or the transmission cross member, down. That'll afford us the opportunity to drop this down, and then we can kind of give her the old leverage there to get to this top transmission mounts. Anyway, guys, let's keep on digging. So we've got, I did confirm it is a 32-inch install converter from the boys down at FTI. And we'll just show you here real fast what we've got going on. Look at that, stickers and all. How about that? Invoice. And this is a billet back cover. This is always fun one-handed. All right. It's a billet back cover, 3-bolt. I'll do the job pretty good. So anyway, guys, that's kind of what we got going on there. Let's go ahead and get this thing stuck in.
Alright, y'all, so it was a little bit of a late start yesterday, which ended up being a late night, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this thing buttoned up this morning. Just got to put the drive shaft back in it, converter bolts, put the starter back in it, change fluid, filter, should be pretty much good to go. The old all-wheel drive, it's about a 10 on the painful scale. It ain't hard, it's just time consuming, having to move that torsion bar cross member back and all that. But anyway, long story short, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing buttoned up and see how she does. So see y'all at the shop.
We finally got all this stuff back in. So you see everything's buttoned up. All-wheel drive stuff's back in. Other than that, guys, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pop that pan, put some new fluid in it, put a new filter in it. And today we have chosen the old Valvoline Max Life. Figured transmission fluid's red, jug's red. It says transmission fluid. It's got to be the right fluid for the job, so we'll go ahead and put that in there. Well, guys, we got her backed out of the shop. Transmission fluid level is checked. Seems pretty good. Took like 11 quarts, I think. That converter's big, so it takes a little bit. So now, I'm just gonna do a couple things here real fast. We're just gonna, just for giggles here, I guess we're gonna go ahead and put some little fuel cleaner in here. So either seafoam, berry mint, something like that. We'll just go ahead and yep. And we'll just put the whole thing in there. And then we'll go ahead and put this. I don't even know if this stuff even does anything, but oh, nitromethane didn't hurt anybody.
Alright, first impressions. Kind of feels like it's got a stall. Not bad, but you can tell it's there. Alright, let's see here. Stuff rolling around back there. You'll have that. That's my helmet. Oops. Bring it up to about 2,000. Bumper in.
Well, guys, overall, pretty happy with the converter here. I'm thinking it probably stalls about 3,600 RPM. That's kind of where it was flashing to right when it was leaving. So I'm pretty happy with that. Felt good. Felt a lot faster than what it was before. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go testing this coming up week. And then our first race is going to be April 1st at Diesel Truck Wars in Hereford, North Carolina. Hoping this thing will probably pick up, maybe, this might be optimistic, but maybe 3/10. It went 954 bone stock last time, so hoping it'll maybe go into the 920s. We'll see. My wife's actually going to be racing this thing, so she's going to be running the ET class, the gas and diesel ET class. But other than that, guys, got some work to do on the Trailblazer now to get it ready, and we will catch you later. Appreciate you watching.